Hey guys, got another mail call for you. Stick around. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. This is Paul Knapp coming to you once again from the Man Cave, and we have another mail call. This one's coming to us from Mick Sean's closet, so let's open it up, take a closer look. Now those of you that follow my channel know that I purchase a lot from Mick Sean's closet, so take a look at their website, and they also sell on eBay. That's Mick Sean's Closet. I'll post their logo up there, but for some reason this set escaped me. I thought I had it. Went through my collection, and I did not have this one. So this should be the Roman Legion set number 2. I had set number 1, and I did a set review on that. But this is set number 2, so let's open them up and take a closer look. Now, if you're looking to purchase this set, they do require assembly. As you can see, there are 9 figures in this bag. So I'm going to go ahead and put these together first so you see them together, but you will need to do some assembly on most of these figures. This dead guy appears to be no assembly required, but the rest do. So I'm going to go ahead and build these, and we'll take a closer look. Okay, so taking a look at our first pose here, and this is the only one that didn't require any assembly. I'm calling this here our dead Roman. Again, there's no base to this individual, just laying, still holding his sword. Now this next figure is the only figure that had a head that didn't need assembled. So this is the only head you could put on it. Did come with 2 extra limbs, and it came with the standard. So this third pose, I chose to go with the sword and shield, if you can see that. It did come with an extra set of limbs with a 2-handed grip sword, or you could have went with the 1 dagger. And all these poses have either the helmeted head or the non-helmeted head. So I think I'm going with the helmeted ones on most of these. But again, I went with the shield and sword for this third pose. Now this fourth pose, I believe, is the captain or officer because of the plume on his helmet. But again, I went with the sword and shield. But you also had the spear, a short sword, and the non-helmet head. But this is what I chose for mine. I'm using a simple super glue to hold the arms in, but a lot of these arms and even the head, it's a very tight plug and go kind of thing, so you could make these interchangeable. I just choose to glue mine in and make it permanent. Now this guy, for some reason, only came with an interchangeable head, no extra arms, so you only had one choice with this. Again, it is the sword and shield. He's kind of bending down, stabbing downward. Now this guy has got to be the coolest pose of the bunch. Not only do you get a shield with arrows sticking out of it and kind of a rock-based formation, but you get the interchangeable head, and then you get this arm holding a severed head. How cool is that? Unfortunately, you can't put it in his other arm. His other arm has to have the sword, so it's either the shield or the arm holding the severed head. But I don't know, man. Maybe I should have went with that one. But to me, this is worth the package right here. For the 7th pose, I went with the sword and shield again. You get 2 extra limbs with this one. One is with the spear. The other appears to be pulling out a arrow, possibly. And of course you get the no helmeted head. Now with this pose, if you go with the shield, you have to go with the spear. They don't give you an option on this. If you choose not to use the shield, you can go with this axe. However, it's in two hands. So I don't know if you can see that. But you have the long arm on the left and a hand on the right. So it's either he has no shield and just the axe, or the shield and spear. Of course, the extra head. And for this final pose, again, I went with the shield and sword. I went with the kind of pointing arm sword, if you will. Kind of telling his troops which way to go. Could have went with the short sword. Of course, the head. And this type of sword here, it looks like he captured that maybe from his enemy. But again, I went with the longer sword and pointing with the shield. And that's your final pose. Let's bring them all out, see what they look like together. And here you go, all 9 poses. Again, I went with the shield and sword on the majority of these. I almost feel like you could buy a second set of these and, you know, go with the non-helmet and a spear or another weapon. Almost all these you could create a second pose that wouldn't even look anything like the first pose. So, but again, this is the Conte Romans set number 2, and you can find these at Mick Sean's Closet. Please look up my review on set number 1 if you're interested. And as always, keep on collecting.